All right. Fine. All right. All right, y'all. I hope everybody's doing well. I've been keeping my eye on the hurricane that's headed towards Louisiana and Texas out there in the Gulf. I sure hope anybody from that area that you'll be safe, but it looked like it's going to be pretty bad. Hurricane Marcos has already, it went from a tropical storm to a hurricane today. And look, it's going to hit Monday, and the tropical storm Laura is going to hit Wednesday in that same area. No, nothing like this has been seen before. I know people wrote in my comment section, oh no, this happened in 1995. And then, yeah, but they didn't all go in the same direction. They went and hit different states. This one is, they're both in the Gulf of Mexico. No, we never had one like this. Even the meteorologists are saying the same thing. There was never been one like this. But remember, in these last days, we're going to see a lot of things we never seen before. And I definitely believe this is one of those things for sure. Definitely. So they're saying that that area can expect up to 15 inches of rain. Heavy winds. So, you know, I just hope everybody can get as prepared as you can. And I was listening to one of the governors, I believe Mississippi, because that's another state that's going to be impacted by this. And he said it's going to actually disrupt people getting treatment, you know, getting tested for COVID. So if this thing is really bad, y'all, it could be a week or even more before they can start testing people again. Oh, okay. Your parents live in Texas, Kona. Okay. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Nubia Smith, because the prisoners, it's not like they can leave or evacuate. They sure can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, we are going to go over how things have changed. Oh, KD is here. Good. Shalom, KD.
Shalom to you, Lisa. How you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing much better.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you weren't sick.
No. No. Actually, the Most High, you know, he helped me carry through something, you know, something serious, you know, as I said in the chat, you know, yesterday.
Yeah, I remember you said your uncle died. Well, I'm really
Yeah, he passed
very
on.
sorry.
Yeah, and the Most High, he helped carry me through that.
Okay.
And I just want to say thanks to everybody, you know, showing me love and condolences and everything in between. That's much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. You know, if you need anything, please let me know. You know? Yeah,
Thank you, Lisa.
definitely. So, this has been one hell of a year, KD.
Oh, yes, it has been.
Now we are looking at a double hurricane, because they said Laura is going to turn into a hurricane. You got a double hurricane heading in the same direction.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You know, coming from the they say it's coming towards the Gulf Coast, like Louisiana and Texas. I'm like, woo-wee. It's like if Houston ain't got nothing else to deal with already, they already got coronavirus cases going up.
Yeah.
Now they got to deal with this. Oh boy.
Yeah, and you know, one, like I was telling everybody before you came, the Mississippi governor said this is going to disrupt any coronavirus testing in the state. with this thing coming, especially if it knocks out power and people can't get to testing sites because, down trees, down, those poles and everything going down is going to make it very difficult. So you may have a period of time where testing will not be done in the state. And, of course, they're concerned about that. So now you got Marcos, which is already a hurricane. It's going to hit on Monday. And then on Wednesday, Laura is coming right behind that one. It's supposed to be a hurricane, and it's going to hit the same area again. I never thought I would live to see this.
I say, you know what? I want to send my prayers out there to all our folks in Mississippi, through Texas, and that entire area. Yeah. I really pray for all of our brothers and sisters down there. It's really going to be rough.
Yeah. I agree, Katie. I just pray that everybody is safe and be as prepared as you can. I know it's difficult because so many people are not working. So how much evacuating can they really do? Many people are scrapped financially. They just don't have the money to just pick up and leave.
And then on top of that, you just spoke on it. You got the eviction boom down there, and it's real bad, just like it is everywhere else. They started evicting people in my area.
Yeah, and you know what, KD? I was looking at some of the stories out there on that, and it was saying that many of these people being thrown onto the street, they also got COVID. And some of them were saying, well, who's going to take me in? My family's not going to take me in with COVID. My friends, they can't take me in. And some of these people are sleeping in their cars because they said, if I go to somebody's house, they're going to get COVID. So they're pretty much stuck on the streets.
Yeah, and then even if somebody take them in, they also got to deal with the real flu and the Rona on top of this in the next couple of months. I mean, we're talking about a real rough period here, Lisa.
Well, they're trying to talk everybody into getting their flu shots now, KD. At least in my area, they are. They're like, get your flu shots now because it's going to be a twindemic with COVID and the flu.
That's a whirlwind. I don't even want to wish him my worst enemy when it comes to that.
Yeah, but look at
that's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, but you know what, KD, this just go to show you how the judgment on this place has ramped up.
Oh yes, it has. And I know some people been questioning whatever I said when it comes to the Lord judges speedily. Y'all better pay attention to it now because he's doing that.
Katie, this place is never going to be the same.
It's over. It's done. It's done. I mean, let's just say magically next week they give us the stimulus that we want. It's still over. It don't matter.
There's no going back. There's no going back. You still got Trump on this thing about a vaccine being out at the end of the year. And I just looked today, one of the experts said COVID is probably going to go strong for the next 2 years.
I mean, just like what we've been doing, looking at the last 100 years and look how long that lasted. And you got these idiots saying that, oh, it's going to be cleared up real quick. No, it ain't.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And how did they figure that?
I don't know. I don't think they did. I think they just winged it like they always do. They winged every damn thing around this cesspool.
Yeah, think about it. They are still trying to figure out this damn virus. It's almost like every week they are finding new symptoms. So that being said, how the hell do you come up with a vaccine for something you are still learning about?
They haven't. And even when they're learning about it, Lisa, I think they're wigging it even on that end. So you're running around trying to act important and try to save face when you're doing a terrible job at that.
Right. Yeah. They have not done a good job since this whole thing started. And I don't see them doing any better through the fall. And like I said in my video on my other channel, they are really concerned because they said now this fall they're going to be dealing with flu cases, and on top of the flu cases, you still going to have a flood of people going to these hospitals with COVID.
I mean, I heard this fool Cuomo talking about, oh, I got the percentages down, but as soon as the real flu and the Rona kick right back up, them hospitals gonna be filled right back up.
Yeah, they
and
are.
they talking about sending these kids to these schools. I mean, you talking about a hell of a whirlwind situation again.
Mm-hmm. To me, sending children to school and that, and the schools just shutting a week after they start, that is going to be a big community spread. Number two, that biker rally that was in South Dakota, they said there were 460,000 motorcycles that were counted in that place. There are already cases cropping up that stem from that rally in Nebraska and Montana. They already got cases that come from people that brought it into their states.
Wow.
And remember, they had people from all 50 states there.
Wow, and I was also just reading about this South Dakota governor, turning down UI money. I'm like, she got to be one of the dumbest governors out there, for real.
Yeah. She allowed. They said those residents were begging them not to have that rally. And since the rally ended, KD, they jumped up 193 cases in South Dakota. In that
193? That fast? Wow.
That fast. 193.
See, that's what they get for trying to hold on for greed and everything, collecting their ducats. But now look at them. Now they got 193 new cases. Wow.
Yes. Thank you. Let's see. Black Voltron FBA 2020. It takes 2 to 5 minimum years for a proper vaccine to get on the market to the public. COVID is here to stay. I agree with that. I just don't see how something can be out at the end of the year. And think about this. Would you take? I'm not going to take no vaccine regardless. But would you take a vaccine that they had to rush in a few months when we know it takes years to get a vaccine? I wouldn't take that.
Hell to the no. And I'm going to tell you why. It comes from them. Mm-hmm. None of their medicine has ever worked on the melanated body. And every time their medicine is filtered towards a melanated body, we got sicker.
Yeah.
Anything they tried to peddle to our bodies, knowing that it was meant for their bodies, our bodies got sicker. Mm-hmm. I can't remember a damn thing that they peddled towards us and it worked. I can't remember one damn medicine. Can you, Lisa?
No. But let me ask you this. What do you think of them always saying that blacks and Hispanics get it the worst, but they never, ever tell you what the numbers are for whites?
Oh, come on, Lisa. You already know what that's all about. Propaganda.
Mm-hmm. KD, I believe that's why so many of them are out here partying and being reckless with no mask. They really, truly believe they can't get it. I really
and just like not to cut you off, but not you kept telling us over and over, look at the obituaries. There's your truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it still looks that way here. I don't know about your area. It's mostly elderly white people when you look at the obituaries here. And
well, it's the same. It's the same in my area. It's the same here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've been looking at it. It's like we've been averaging dang near over 700 cases a day.
Yes. Yeah, it's been going up in my state too. But see, they told the governor it went down like around June, but even the experts told him, don't get comfortable. It's going back up again. And it is. It's going back up pretty rapidly in New Jersey.
And I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there a little bit. When this combination of the real flu and the Rona kicks back in my spot, I expect those numbers to be a little higher or even double.
Yeah. Yeah. So, KD, we're going to go over events starting from last year all the way up to this year. And oh boy, what a year. And I mean, what a year. Now, if you remember, one of the things I do remember, and I did see my video, Donald Trump had invited the I think it was, he had a celebration for the University of Clemson University football team.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that debacle. Oh my.
And he bought all this fast food. He brought all of this fast food, and to add insult to injury, the government was shut down. Employees were still on furlough. Do you remember?
Oh that? Yeah, I remember that crazy period. And the Clemson players were bitching and complaining about the actual fast food being cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't even. This was Donald Trump's favorite food. I think they went to Wendy's. But if y'all remember, we entered 2019, and the government was still shut down at that point, and all of those government workers were crying and protesting because, you know, nobody was working. And some of them had a couple of family members that were all working for the government. And sometimes I think it was like 2 and 3 people in the same household. Nobody was working. They were really going through it. Okay, KD. Yeah, I mean, they were really going through it because there are so many people that work for the government, and they got relatives that work for the government. So when everything shut down, it's not like they could borrow money from each other. That's
right.
And if you remember, they were part of their contract with the government. They weren't even allowed to go out and get another job.
Oh yeah, I remember that because there was a bunch of bunch of the enemy, sitting up there crying about how this impacted their family or how they can't pay their mortgages and crap. But what attitude did they have towards us when we was going through that? They go pick yourself up by the bootstraps. So it's kind of like a catch-22 for me because now I didn't feel sorry for them because they was pushing that towards us, and I would have told them the same thing.
Yeah.
You decide to sign up with the devil, that's what you get.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Okay. Now, on the 25th of January, but we already know how this turned out, Roger Stone, he was already in court over lying to Congress. And that's another thing that came up in January. And if you remember also, the presidential candidates on King's birthday, Kamala, Elizabeth Warren, and all of them announced their candidacy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing with Roger Stone is that they sit up there try to hide his case or whatever, but yet here goes Trump once again throwing his best buddy up under the bus, talking about, I don't know about this, or I don't know about that. That's just like what he's doing with his buddy Bannon. He did the same thing to Roger Stone.
Yes. All right. So now, do you remember when Kamala first came out? She was trying to dance offbeat to Cardi B.
Oh yeah, and then talk about she smoked weed with Snoop, and then I'm like, that woman's so damn embarrassing.
And do you remember the hot sauce on the greens and all that?
Oh my God!
Played up every stereotype you can think of. I was like, is this woman serious? But that's what they think of us. That's the lame way they think of us.
I mean, hell, even Roly Poly had Hillary pull a damn bottle of hot sauce out of her damn pocket.
Yeah. Now, another thing that was going on back in February of last year was Jussie Smollett.
Oh man, that was a crazy case.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Crazy case.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was going on in February. And that's when they said that, he made the whole thing up about being attacked by two people that were using racial slurs and all that stuff. So, yeah, so that was going on.
But then the thing that disturbed me after that, talking about, he's the new gay Tupac. I'm like, dude, could you focus on your case first before you go out streaming that? Really?
Uh-huh. I hear you. Okay, y'all, March, the R. Kelly interview with Gayle King. Do y'all remember that?
I remember this vividly, Elisa, and I say it's one of the most vicious takedowns of a brother on camera. Now, I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm not taking his side or nothing like that, but that to me showed me who the real Gayle King was right there.
Yeah, and remember, she got dragged badly on Twitter. In fact, all over social media. And then Oprah came out boo-hoo and told me Gayle ain't doing very well, whatever. And then remember, Snoop threatened her. Remember all of that?
Yeah. And then Susan Rice came in and say, you better tone that on that, bro. I'm gonna stick the army on your ass.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So that interview did not go over well with a lot of people.
No, it did not. And the funny thing was about that, I mean, the thing that had me reveal what about Gayle is that she's willing to do this to brothers, but when her best friend's buddy Weinstein came up, she's quiet as a damn mouse.
Yes.
Quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember that.
And then on top of that, like during the so-called DNC debate, with the for president or whatever, she defended Bloomberg on stage. I was like, really?
Yes. Now, another thing that happened, some of y'all might remember this, Ethiopian airline crashed with 157 people on board. It crashed almost immediately after takeoff. Some of y'all might remember that.
Oh, I do. Yeah, that was a sad case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the 14th, do you remember when Beto O'Rourke, they found out that his family were slave owners?
Wow, I did not know that. I did not hear about that story.
Yeah, I did a video on that. That's when all that mess came out about his family were slave owners, and then Mitch McConnell's family were slave owners.
I heard about that one. Yeah, about Mitch having slave owners and shit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, that came out around the same time. And then Mitch McConnell tried to bring up Obama, and I was like, okay, so what? He had a white mom. His white side of the family had slave owners, so he's no different than you.
I mean, and then for Mitch to even try to bring that out, try to shield himself, it just goes to show you that that Mitch is guilty on sight. And then he was also talking about not giving reparations out on that particular reason right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was Beto O'Rourke. Okay, so that was New Zealand. Okay, do y'all remember the volcano eruption in New Zealand?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember you talking about that. Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in April, that was the beginning of Lori Loughlin's case
Oh
in
yeah,
Boston.
that damn student scandal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The high IQ people got caught cheating.
I mean, like, oh, that was some of the funniest stuff I ever seen. I'm like, y'all sitting up there claiming y'all smart and shit, but y'all cheating your way there too, and this is your damn system. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So at that time, they had pled not guilty. But many of you that have been following this story, they were just sentenced. She gets 2 months in jail. Her husband gets 5 months in jail. That ain't no damn punishment. Okay. That ain't no
I mean,
damn punishment.
that's probably like the lightest slap on the wrist I've ever seen from last year. And then you got her dumbass daughter sitting up there still trying to push her business. I'm like, this little girl is dumb as a damn rock. I'm like, the
Mhm.
cheat for her? And she's still dumb? Really?
Yeah, yeah. That ain't no punishment, y'all. Okay. Now, you know damn well if this was a black couple under the same circumstances, they would have got
Oh
years,
Lord. It
years.
would have got years and probably been thrown up under that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 months, please. She'll by the time she blinks, those 2 months will be over.
And then it probably in those 2 months, you probably end up going to kiddie prison.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't no damn punishment.
No, it's not.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. WikiLeaks, Julian Assange.
Oh yeah.
He had to make an appearance in court in London.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. With his old disgusting ass. They talking about there were feces on the damn walls in his apartment. That man was nasty.
Yeah, he was. That's terrible. That's
Mhm.
terrible right there. And I think they tried to get him on, some spying stuff and things like that. But I don't care too much for dude.
Uh-huh. I hear you. Now, Katie, I know you're going to remember this one real good. April 15th, 2019, the Cathedral Notre Dame caught on fire.
Oh
You
yes,
remember that?
the burn down of that church. Absolutely.
850 years old. That's how old that church, that cathedral is. And it burnt on the 15th of April. I think it was just days before Easter, if my
Yeah,
memory serves me
yes it
correct.
was. Yes, it
Uh-huh.
was. I remember True Royal and you talking about the structure of the church and saying that this was judgment, which it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were sitting up there, trying to rebuild it, but they're having trouble rebuilding it. So that kind of tell me right there, Esau's finished right there.
Yeah.
Esau's done.
Yeah. I mean, look, the church is a big thing, and not only just in France, but worldwide. And we have seen the church in general go down in flames. Now, Katie, I was talking to one of my cousins about a month ago, and I was asked because my family in the South still go to church. And
Uh-huh.
I said to him, I said, "What are you doing on Sunday?" He said, "Oh, we got parking lot church." I said, "Billy, you're reduced to sitting in a damn parking lot?" Oh yeah, they do the service and then bring around the collection plate. And I said, that's really the only reason why you're out there is for the collection plate.
Right. Trying
And I,
to
and I said
make
to
some
him,
money on the low.
yeah, and I said to him, KD, what happens when it's pouring down raining? How is your minister going to be out in the parking lot?
Yeah, he gonna be gone. He gonna be gone in his rich car. Y'all gonna be stuck, taking the rain on in your car.
I tell
That's how
you
you
what,
gonna do it.
it's pretty damn sad when your service is reduced down to sitting in a damn parking lot. I mean, that's pretty sad.
All right, 95. Excuse me, Lisa.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, I know the Mueller report is another one. Around May, William Barr, this is when he was testifying on Capitol Hill over the Robert Mueller report. You know, it was going over Trump cheating, the Russians helping him cheat to win, and all that. That was out back in May of last year.
Oh yeah, I remember that too, Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Well, these people, that's all they do. They just cheat through life.
I mean, it's like, and then to go back to the school scandal, go right back to it. They got all these tests laid out, knowing that it's halfway written for them and everything. But then on top of that, they still got to cheat on that just to get to the places where. Just look at corporate America. Look at the face of it. They cheat and lie, and look at their numbers. Their numbers are terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I don't know if you remember this. The Venezuelan government had collapsed also in May of last year.
Oh yes, I remember that because I brought up the Venezuelan prime minister trying to reboost it back up with its own Bitcoin. I remember that because I did have that story where it collapsed and everything, where Trump was trying to interfere with that. Yeah. They actually tried to boost it up with their Bitcoin and it didn't work.
Yeah. And you know what Trump is after? He was after the oil over there.
Of course he was.
Yeah, it's the oil.
Just like he was after the oil in Puerto Rico and them islands over there too.
Uh-huh. Michael Cohen on May 6, 2019 went to jail.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He was a singing ass canary after that.
Yeah.
He wanted to tell all on Trump.
Uh-huh. And on May 7th, 2019, and I did a video on this. 34 African-American women cadets graduated from West Point Academy. It was the largest.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it was the largest Black women graduation class for that year.
That's amazing. It just goes to show you how excellent we are, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
If I say if that isn't a fine example of excellence, I don't know what the hell is.
Yeah. Okay. You know, of course, we had some school shootings.
Especially the one in Fort Worth. That one was crazy.
Yes, it was. Wow. It's just
and then on top of that, this fool Beto O'Rourke trying to he tried to cover up for it, talking about, oh, it's such a sad shit. Well, why you didn't do nothing about it? You sitting over there in Fort Worth, do something about it, fool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if you remember, the farmers were still struggling too.
Oh my goodness! I really think this was the beginning of Trump's unraveling right there with them farmers. They were heavily pissed with him because I remember that he was trying to strike a deal with the meat and the corn and everything, particularly the corn. And the farmers were pissed because it was taken away from their farms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, this story I really remember. Mount Everest. All of these Americans went up there, and it was like a big crowd of people up on Mount Everest, and these motherfuckers got stuck.
Oh my God!
And got stuck. That was May 2019.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, wow. They were stuck like that? Wow.
Yeah. And that Prime Minister, Theresa May, had resigned. Oh, yes. Y'all remember that?
I did.
Yeah, she resigned.
I say her and Trump. I was like, damn, man. It's like you treating women like that, man. I thought you was your best friend. They was doing these photo presses together, and all of a sudden they had a back and forth shouting match. And all of a sudden she quit.
Yep. Okay. And I remember this story. Ohio had they had 3 major tornadoes that whipped
I
ripped
remember
through.
that.
I mean, apartments got damaged and it was a mess. I remember that.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so sad.
Oh man. So many of these stories, I can't even hit all of them.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that went on, but it just goes to show you, Lisa, that just like we all been saying, this thing is near. This thing is ending.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Sarah Sanders left the White House on June 13th. I have that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She did. Yeah. She said, I think she was tired of taking up the 45 with his damn lies so much. She had to go run somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We're so ugly behind. Okay. Let's see. Rare Trump rally. That's all he does is rallies. I think that man just don't want to do no work.
I mean, really. I mean, all he do is lie. I mean, like, what he doing the rallies for? He lie on every damn rally he's on.
Yeah.
Just like what he about to do all next week, all Monday through Thursday. Put out his lies. Every lie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Republican convention, that was still when Kamala, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden's were all they were debating by June. So,
yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm. Boy, you talk about a terrible pick for president, Trump or Biden. What a joke. What a damn joke.
I know I was told as a kid, the words rock and hard place.
Yes.
This is the election right here. Mm-hmm. Rock and hard place.
Yes. Okay. July 2nd of last year, we had an eclipse.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. We did.
Yeah. So we had that. Boy, what a difference. Okay. And July 8th, Jeffrey Epstein, if you remember,
that was a big case.
He was indicted. This time. Well, July of last year.
Yes, he was, and I think they was talking about all the activities that happened on his private island and things of that nature. And as people also remember that Trump and Clinton was amongst on his private island.
Yes.
A lot of people didn't know that.
All right. Y'all remember Fashion Week, where they had the black models put on those monkey ears and lips?
Ooh,
y'all remember that?
That was so insulting.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking, like, the damn audacity of them trying to embarrass them sisters out there like that. The audacity.
Yeah. Okay, I know y'all remember that. Y'all remember, and that one sister was like, I'm not putting that on. She was the only one that seemed to have any sense. She wouldn't put that mess on and go on the runway.
So you sit up there, do all of that work trying to sell some expensive product, and they tell you to put on some embarrassing ass jewelry on, pretty much sending a subliminal message calling you a monkey because of your color.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. The New York blackout. I remember that because we even had power problems here where I was, and we had to stay in a hotel for 2 days. So the Manhattan power outage was July 13th, 2019.
Oh, yes. I remember that vividly. And I remember a couple of anchors doing reports from there. I mean, the scene was so, I say the scene was so gloomy. I'm like, damn.
Yes.
That's what New York looked like when everything's off. Wow.
Now, if you remember last summer, Trump attacked Ilhan Omar. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that was last year too. And recently.
I think there was also telling her, talking about go back to Somalia or wherever you came from and all this other garbage. And
yeah, look at the irony. This year, they are literally stuck in America. Many countries around the world will not take Americans.
Oh yeah, right back to what you were saying, because I remember right around a year before that, right before this, they started taking America's dollar. Because I remember that's when it really began. They started banning American currency and all around there. Now they banning Americans around the country. See how it works, Lisa?
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that something? But that's America can't, these Americans can't go nowhere. You can't tell me that's not the work of the Most High. He is boxing their asses in here. They can't go nowhere. They can't go nowhere.
Lisa, we both been trying to tell them. I'm like, this is the Most High in operation right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know the ironic thing about it, they can't even go to Canada or Mexico. They're banned from those two countries too, right here in North America.
Canada and Canada. I mean, literally Canada.
Yeah.
I live close next to Canada. I can't even cross the bridge because it's bastard. Canada of all places. Canada.
Yeah. Yep. Boy, when it rains, it pours.
And it's definitely pouring judgment on America right now.
Yeah. I mean, I was laughing when I did that story on how they were, I think they were, when I did my story, they were banned from 33 countries. And now I think it went all the way up to 87 countries.
Damn, a 54 country increase. Wow. This got, I mean, after what you just said, this clearly got the Most High written all over this imprint. There's no way it could be this coordinated. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I tell you. Okay, so. All right. Boy, we had so many things happen.
I mean, but think about it, Lisa. Are these countries in the right to not deal with America no more, the way America's been treating them over the years?
No, as far as I'm concerned, it's long overdue.
I mean, because they had to be forced to look at this pathetic ass leadership for hundreds and hundreds of years. Now the chickens of this poor leadership is coming home to roost. Now everybody sees it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the forest fire in the Amazon.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, Trump. Remember when Trump gave that report on Hurricane Dorian and it was wrong? You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm like, I mean, really, that's like we're dealing with a walking.
Yeah, and y'all,
what can you do, man?
Yeah, September 5th, 2019 was Hurricane Dorian, and the Bahamas. In the Bahamas, you remember how it destroyed, a big part of the Bahamas?
Yes, I remember so. And that bastard governor of Florida, Governor DeSantis, and Trump said, we don't want y'all here.
Yeah, sure
I remember that vividly.
Do you know they took the pets, brought the pets here, and adopted all of them out?
What?
I said, what if the people wanted their pets back? Yeah, and some of the pets were adopted in my state.
What the hell?
Yeah, somebody went in there and gathered all the pets and brought them here to be adopted out.
Took the pets but left the people? How evil.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Wow.
Yeah, America think they can do anything they want.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Robert Mugabe.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he died. And that was
Oh
in
yeah.
September.
Yeah, that's
oh yeah. That the Canadian president. That's when all those blackface photos came. Remember those blackface photos came out about him?
oh that's right. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, that bastard Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Let's see what else happened here. All right, that's not interesting. Wow. Wow, this is crazy. Oh, the impeachment on Donald Trump. You remember that?
All of that.
Yes,
All of that. I mean,
October, last year, October.
yeah, Pelosi was all over that. Like, like white on rice. It's like all that. It's like it was like I think it lasted what 5 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Before the COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it lasted that long.
Yeah, and Trump was trying to find out who the whistleblower was.
Oh, he was sitting up there with his damn list talking about who's ratting on me. I mean, the dude kept a damn list. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
He kept a hit list on his side.
Mm-hmm. He desperately was trying to. He was trying to find out who the whistleblower was during the impeachment inquiry. So that was October of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna remember Amber Geiger, the hug.
Embarrassing shit
Ain't that
I ever.
Oh man, I think a lot of people. I remember when I saw that hug in court, I dropped my head. I could not believe that shit. I was like, please tell me this ain't real. Please, please tell me this shit. You gonna hug the killer of your brother.
I remember being invited to a live around that time, and I said no because if I was to speak and I saw that, I probably would have cut the damn live off just by my voice. I was that peed off.
Yeah, that I think a lot of black people were so. Oh man. I remember people were so upset. They were like, are you going to do a live stream on this? And I just wasn't feeling that live stream. I'm like, look, I didn't want to talk about that no more after it happened.
I mean, to sit there and see that live, I'm like, dude, she went and killed your big ass brother and you gonna hug? Really?
Yeah. 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 And remember he said he forgave her.
Even worse, Lisa. Even worse. And I'm sitting there like, no wonder we brothers get no respect. It's this acts like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember he was sitting there referencing his Christianity, and I was like, well, there go what's wrong with you right there.
Man, Lisa, I say I was glad as hell that I did not jump on that thing when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I literally would have ruined the damn live. I was so damn angry.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it just got worse as the days went on. The father said he wanted to be Amber Geiger's friend. I was like,
Oh my God.
what's wrong with these
I'm
damn
like,
people? It must be something in that water, on that island they're on or something. I was like, what the hell is wrong with these folks? Somebody
I
killed your
mean,
family
first it
member?
was the son, and then the damn father, and then the irony of the shit, it took the damn mother to have some courage and say, no, I'm not forgiving that bitch. I'm like, finally.
Yeah, and you remember the city of Dallas said they weren't giving that family anything.
Right to their face, Lisa, right to their face.
And do you remember that old dumbass prize they gave Brant? Do you remember that?
Yeah, and that idiot accepted it with a damn smile. I'm like, fool, why'd you take that?
I said that's your that's your compensation for losing your brother, a little cheap plastic award. That's it.
And with cheap ass wood too.
Yeah. So Amber Geiger is up for an appeal now, and I have a feeling she's gonna get that appeal.
Well, the way shit been going, the way Mammy Tammy slapped that soft ass sentence on her, it would not surprise me.
Yeah. But
I mean, Mammy Tammy with her damn Mammy Tammy with her damn tears talking about, oh, you could slammed her fucking gavel and gave her 10 years? 10 fucking years.
yeah.
When you could have used the extent of the law in 99 years. Gave this bitch 10. What?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Bernie Sanders was still in the race. Yeah, that's real news. Now, do you remember Felicity Huffman went to jail? For like what she went to jail for, what, 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last year. I don't even think she was in jail for a whole week.
I mean, but this one I'm talking about, Lisa, we always talking about how horrible this justice system is. They go out and get an enemy slaps on the wrist, but we get years and shit.
Yeah.
Years.
Exactly.
For doing damn near nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so.
I mean, should a brother or sister could accidentally trip on the enemy's foot? That's 5 years automatically. Just breathe on the damn enemy, we get a jail sentence. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Man, I tell you, this place, what a joke.
Flat out joke.
Okay, it's just going over more impeachment stuff. Okay, it just going a California fire last year, but California is, they said, going through a record-breaking fire over there this year.
Oh yeah, it's even worse now. But back to last year and maybe the year before, I remember that bastard Trump telling the people who lost their house in them California fires, rake them leaves.
Yeah.
He literally said that. Rake them leaves up. I think the farmers and the California wildfires, I really think that people are so damn motivated to vote his ass out. Not that I care, but there's a lot of people mad at his ass this year.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I remember the flood over there, and they had a really bad flood over in Venice. I remember that. I did that story. That was last year. And let's see. Wow. Okay, yeah, the eruption in New Zealand on White Island. I said, what a name, White Island.
White, yeah, the irony of it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we know what happens on that island. Bunch of lights on that motherfucker.
Nobody lives on there anymore. You know that?
Nobody?
They moved everybody off. Yeah, they
Don't
moved
they?
everybody off.
Wow, that's even embarrassing. That's even more embarrassing right there.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see here. Another fire. Oh, the fire in Australia. You remember the fire?
Oh
in Australia?
yes, the fires that damn near almost didn't end, because I remember Troy was talking about it, and they were saying that it was fires day in and day out, day in and day. I think the fires lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. They said I think they said it lasted for a few months or something like that. I'm not sure.
Now you remember Donald Trump killed that general over there in Iran. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
And,
Soleimani.
yeah, and they set the U.S. embassy over in Baghdad on fire.
Yes, they did.
Yes, yeah. So that was like December of last year. I remember that was a mess.
I remember that because I also found a backstory to that. It's like the Iran and the Saudi Arabians, they was very close to making a deal that would end Trump's plan on foreign policy. Because if they ever got together, they said they was gonna come together and get Trump.
Yeah. Do you know, I clicked in to, when they had the funeral over there in Iran, I clicked in online on YouTube to watch just a little bit of it, just to see what was going on over there. Do you know the trolls went in there and started trolling the Iranian people? And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm like, damn. And those, what those Iranians were saying? One of them said, "You let me get a hold of one of you Americans, your head is coming off." I'm like, damn. they were fighting them back, but yeah, they got heavily trolled.
In this dire time, the last thing I want to do is piss off a Middle Easterner. That's a terrible idea.
Well, KD stepping over to January, everything started out okay, and then on the 29th of January was the first.
Oh, I know what happened. Yeah, I know what happened. Yeah. The real because I remember a story, because I was sniffing around or whatever when it first started cracking on. I remember there was an actual team of doctors having an event where Trump was invited to, and he turned that down.
Yeah, in fact, in the beginning, I was reading KD. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't even want nobody talking to him about it.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of reports on this saying that there was an actual event and he turned it down. I'm like, you idiot.
And remember, Obama had set up a pandemic task force.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He and they actually set the CDC up, and because when Trump first got up in there, I think one of the first things he wanted to do was to disband and break up the CDC.
Yeah. Yeah. So the country got hit between the eyes. And if y'all remember, all the stories for COVID first started coming out of China back in November.
Oh, yes.
Y'all might remember that. The stories were coming out. And remember, we had heard, some woman ate a bat, and, that's where it began. We were hearing all out of stories. We were talking about the wet markets over there.
Oh, yeah. I think that's when it really started with the wet markets and stuff, Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, it sure did. And I remember, China was trying to cover it up, but I think it got to the point where they just couldn't, because, everybody was watching what was going on. And that's when they had shut down Wuhan, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, because I remember a doctor coming out trying to spill the beans, and yet the Chinese government ended up killing him for telling that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They actually got a couple of doctors, KD, not just him. It was a few other.
Oh, there was more?
Yeah, there was more. In fact, one was a woman doctor.
Wow, I didn't see a woman. Died.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't see the woman.
And you remember those two Chinese doctors, their skin turned brown from the treatment they tried to give them?
Oh, yeah. And I literally saw, within China where the people there were actually spitting on the damn elevator.
Yeah, they were
spitting on it.
Doorknobs and spitting on elevator buttons. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're spitting on windows. I'm like, no wonder they got the shit.
Right. And then even before COVID, remember people stopped going to Chinese restaurants and Chinese stores?
Yeah, I remember that strike, and then these damn Moabites and everybody started crying and said, "Why did you come back to my store? Why did you come back to my restaurant?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that started in the beginning of the year. As soon as
I remember that
coming out of China about COVID, even before it came here, people stopped, going into Chinese businesses.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that. There was a big old clapback on that. Big ass clapback on that.
Do you remember the attorney general up there in New York tried to give the Chinese?
Oh yeah, tried to get that fucking phone number or hotline or some shit. This was right around when that fucking clown Bloomberg was running. She was sitting up there trying to give a hotline to these Moabite motherfuckers.
A racism hotline. And people were and people were like, wait a minute, well, where's the hotline for black folks? We've been going through that shit longer than them. Where's our
and yet that coolnet wanted to put out the number for the Moabites in the first for fucking restaurants. And yet we've been through a lot of more shit than that.
Letitia James, that's her name. Letitia James up there.
What was her name? Did she was that damn New York AG or something like that?
Letitia James. Yeah.
Yeah, that New York Attorney General. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, that shit exploded. And then she had to come back the next day and said the hotline is for anybody to call on. I said, oh yeah, I bet you did change your tune.
Yeah, because she was catching that heat from us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then China was trying, they had lockdown. I think a couple of cities got put on lockdown in China.
Oh yes, I remember that. Uh-huh.
And then they had to put everybody in quarantine. And remember all them people that were still getting on cruise ships?
I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and a couple of them had to quarantine right on the cruise ship because everybody started getting sick with COVID. And they had people coming in from flights all over the world. They had to shut down the worldwide flights because folks were coming in with COVID. Man, it was a mess.
Oh, yes, it was. And I was even taking it back a little bit because I was watching the streets of China, and they were literally, shutting down. They was locking them in their houses. I mean, look, with metal and every damn thing.
Yeah.
Actually, nailed the doors down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And and I just remember all of the restaurants that were closing nationwide because the Chinese people couldn't make no money.
Oh, it was like clockwork. I mean, every damn restaurant and hair and nail shops closing up. I mean, it was fast.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, they're all not gone, but it was a big portion of them that had to shut down for good because they
sadly
no money.
Yeah, sadly, one of them damn nasty restaurants are back open in my area. Been knocked that since what I want to say July.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, that is just a sign that we really should not have been in those restaurants in the first place. That's how I see it.
Yeah, we really shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they tell you it's chicken, but it sure tastes very different from the chicken I serve at home.
I mean, it's the very cat, rat, and dogs they've been serving for years.
Yeah, you're right. Uh-huh. Man, that is so true. That is so true. And then if you remember when the first case broke out, the first case I believe was in Texas. They had one case in Texas. And no, this might not have been the first one. It was in Texas, and the person had came back from Wuhan.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
And they brought it with them, and they had them isolated, I think, for a couple of weeks. And the person had tested negative, and I think like 2 weeks later they tested positive again.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. Man, KD, how many blunders have we seen since that time, from that point in the very beginning to now?
I think it's way over 100. Way over 100.
Well, what do you think about all those schools that reopened in Georgia and they closed down 3 high schools like a week later?
The fact that they're dumb as hell, not knowing the fact that this thing ain't over yet because of what Governor Kemp said. Now this idiot Governor Kemp want to say, oh, it's a crime to put on a damn mask, but yet 3 of your high schools got it immediately.
Well, yeah, he said the students, it was optional to, whether they wear a mask or not. That's why when you saw that hallway picture, so many of them were, damn near all of them didn't have a mask on because they said in Georgia it's not a requirement. But look at how things have gone.
And because of that, the damn school nurse didn't quit. Even she saw the damn light. I mean, a school nurse quit? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said they were not following the coronavirus guidelines at the school. So she left.
So I'm like, hell no, I'm not catching this shit. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, you got Trump now. He's trashing Dr. Fauci and that Dr. Deborah Bricks. The 2 doctors he had on his coronavirus task force, now he's dragging them.
Yeah, because they sitting up there, even though I think they making up shit too, but they were sitting up there trying to tell them it's gonna be a little worse than they thought, and yet that Trump is mad at them because they fucking up. I think they fucking up his reelection chances. I think that's why they're going back and forth and shit.
Yeah.
Not that I care.
Mm-hmm. Well, both of them said it's going to be a bad fall, and I do believe that. Like I said, with that motorcycle rally and all these kids that have been in school, which the kids got it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And now these people have gone home, and already they're cropping up with coronavirus cases directly from those bikers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now South Dakota is in very, very bad shape.
Yeah, and look, Trump. What he really wants is this economy to open back up. And it's just not going to happen. There's no.
I really think, honestly, Lisa, that's what all these governors want. That's what Governor DeSantis want. That's what all these damn Republican governors want. Because remember, they were storming every damn Capitol House in this country. They were storming it because of haircuts and shit.
Yes. Yeah. But everything someone does now, Trump swears up and down, they're just trying to make him look bad. I said, okay, whatever. And we remember Herman Cain died.
Oh, yeah, he was sitting up there mocking the damn COVID as well, talking about, oh, it's a hoax.
Yeah.
Now look at him.
And not
dead
even
in a pond box.
Right. And then not even 3 weeks later, his brother dies.
What?
Trump's brother died.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Do y'all know they had that funeral up at the White House? They had his
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. They had his brother's funeral up at the White House.
Wow, they must have had a private session in because it wasn't reported.
Yeah. Yep, that's where they had it. And
but
they won't tell you. You notice they won't tell you what Trump's brother died of.
Of course, we know what he died of.
We know what he died of, right? Trump is so damn vain. He don't want it out there that his brother died of COVID. That's what, because he won't. Look, if this man had a heart attack or a stroke or a long illness with cancer or something like that, why not just tell people? He don't want it out there at all, which tells me that man died of COVID. I really believe that.
But then if we take it back to March and April, this motherfucker was doing a rally talking about it was a hoax.
Yes, he did.
But yet, like 5 to 6 months later, his brother died of the shit.
Right. And KD, remember, there were people up at the White House that tested positive.
I mean, all around them, because I remember you was doing story after story after story on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then, like, people don't want us to believe that he don't got it either. Of course he do. He just ain't gonna say shit.
Right. Yeah. You know, Trump, only thing on Trump's mind is winning the election. That's the only thing. And come on, y'all, let's face it, that man don't deserve to win. But the worst part about it is you got two terrible candidates running. You got Jim Crow Joe, and you got Trump, who we know is a well-known racist. That's
just like my mama used to tell me, a rock in a hard place. That's what we dealing with.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Kamala, and we know she got a horrible track record with the black community, because that's all she wanted to jail when she was attorney general. That's all she wanted to jail were black folks.
Man, she was Detective Mamie up there. I mean, terrible.
Yeah. And remember, she was laughing about locking parents up for truancy.
Yeah, locking up mamas and shit. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm. And she was laughing about that shit like it was funny.
Yeah. I mean, literally, like laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she lost. I mean, Joe Biden is stupid. She lost for a reason. That means, when she lost, the black community was not feeling her at all.
And that was from the jump. That was from the jump right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, like, they're like, nobody, especially nobody in the black media was feeling her. Nobody.
Well, except for Roland Martin.
Well, he's not real black media, Alicia. He's not.
No, he isn't. No, he's definitely past. He's the past. He's not the new black media.
He's part of the damn ketchup ball that's been expired 3 months ago. That's him.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't take that. Joe Biden didn't take the hint when she had to drop out of the race. People were not feeling her. They did not want her.
I mean, and this was the very start. This is like when black media, real black media, surrounded to say, do not vote for this bitch. Right. I say, look at her track record. Everybody who said do not. I say, do take her seriously. And then it came to find out that she was a part of the prison industrial. Her family was a part of the prison industrial complex.
Yeah. And the thing is, now Joe Biden has selected her. Now, you all remember, she was not for reparations. Remember, you think I'm going to just do something for black people? Oh no. Okay, Kamala. And we showed you nobody was going to vote for you. So
yeah, she sucked her own shit later on because, not that I care about this change, but Tulsi Gabbard drilled the shit out of her. And they ended her on the spot.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, we both know Joe Biden and Kamala both are against reparations. So
they came out and said it. They both came out and said it.
They're both against reparations. So the way I see it, Trump might as well stay in there. What difference does it make? Obviously, we're not going to get our agenda on the table with Joe Biden or Trump. So why don't you just keep the shithead you already know?
But the thing of it is, the sickening thing about it is, to me, is that now all of a sudden, Kamala try to reel all the women in. I'll say, ain't no real sister gonna fall for that shit.
Yeah. So no, to me, it don't matter which one get in. It's not like it's going to change for us. Nothing's going to change for us. It doesn't matter if a Democrat or Republican's in there. For us, it don't make no difference. We're not.
It really. Yeah, it really don't. At the end of the day, even though I think 45 will get his ass whooped, but like you said, it ain't gonna change no way.
No. So
not the way I see it. Now they running around talking about child care, birth, and all. I'm like, really? Just cut the damn check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only thing I want to hear about at this point from any politician is our reparations. If it's really not about that, I don't care about all this other shit.
And then to piggyback the story that you did about Flint, it was the same damn thing. Programs and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
About the Flint settlement and everything. It's the same fucking thing. And then a while back, that bastard from North Carolina talking about a city that just approved of reparations. Same shit, talking about programs and shit. We don't need no fucking programs, man. Cut the damn check.
Yeah, that was Asheville, North Carolina. And he was talking all on CNN like they really got something. Oh yeah, we got a reparations. We're gonna be doing reparations. And then when he described what it was, even the reporter kept saying, "Is there money? What about the money?" I was like, damn, even the reporter have sense enough to know if there is no money, it's not really reparations. I was just blown away with that. But yeah, I mean, all he was talking about were a bunch of programs. That's all.
Nobody voted for no fucking programs, just like nobody voted for no fucking child care. They did this shit with the Flint settlement. I'm like, damn, for all that dirty water they received, can they even get a damn check for that? Pain and anguish?
KD, people died. People died. And if you remember, all the pets died in Flint. All the pets.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
It wiped out the entire pet population in Flint. Kids were sick. They were saying some of them were regressing. You know, they were getting slower and slower because of all the lead in the water. Now you're going to go through all of that and you have to live on bottled water only. You literally couldn't use the water from your sink. And at the end of the day, years later, the only thing they want to offer you is $6,000. That's an insult. And that governor should have been arrested. I still don't see how he was not arrested.
Oh, Snyder. Oh, that bastard Snyder. Oh, he had his hands written all over this shit because I was up here when that bastard was a 2-term governor. I mean, they was grilling his ass over that. And yet they let him off the hook with that. Because I remember seeing a documentary on Flint and shit. And I actually look at the water. I say, how the fuck can he drink this? It's damn near brown.
Yeah.
Damn near brown. I mean, golden. I mean, how the fuck can he drink that?
Yeah, I was online watching the videos of people showing the water flowing out of their sinks in the kitchen. And the water was all murky and dirty. And and they said it had a terrible smell. It had a horrible odor. And
coming from them terrible ass pipes, there's probably a good chance it did.
Yeah. You know, and all that, they went through that for years, y'all. It was not like the next year they changed all the pipes. They went through that for years.
I remember hearing stories about that, and I live up here, and I've been hearing about that really since 2013.
Yeah.
It went on that long. I remember that.
Yeah, and for them, years later, just to offer $6,000, that is such an insult.
And then most of that money go to fucking programs and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just as bad as Germany offering Zambia $11 million for reparations. And I think they said it came out to just a few dollars per person. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So I was reading today, the president rejected their offer. I said, yeah, that ain't no damn money. $11 million. That's it.
If you want to be real frank about it, that shit ain't even crumbs, Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean yeah. So it is very clear. If you are a melanated person on this planet and you've been done wrong, they want to give you absolutely nothing if they can. And if they do offer you something, it's gonna be, and if they do offer you money, it's going to be laughable. The amount is going to be some low, laughable amount.
And then most of that money that you get from there is going to be damn near redirected to a program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, they even put more stories out back in July on, Sheila Jackson Lee and HR 40, and it was just the same bullshit.
Oh
I
my God. That embarrassing ass bill just to talk about it. No money.
Yeah. And they were still talking all that, putting a panel together. We don't need panels. Okay. How the hell did you get all of these stimulus checks out to everybody in this country that
they did it?
But
Lisa, they did that fast.
Yeah. You didn't need a study. You didn't need to talk about it. You didn't need no committees. You didn't need no groups. You didn't need this. How come you did that without all of that nonsense that we know you're just, all they're doing is trying to stall. They're using stall tactics.
That's all it is, Lisa. And then that fool Ta-Nehisi Coates sitting up there, trying to represent us. I'm like, fool, you need to get your ass off stage. You don't know what the hell you're saying.
Well, but do you remember the coons they had sitting there?
Oh yeah, Coleman Hughes, that motherfucking football, that old washed up ass football player over there. What the hell was his name? Oh, fuck his name. All types of coons up there too. I'm like, damn. And then they had Danny Glover. I mean, really?
His ass was practically falling asleep. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. But I mean, there's no excuse now. Since they did COVID, we know they can get checks out. They know who you are. They know they got our names and everything in their database. They know who we are. They know who's black in this country. Get out of here. All they got to do is issue those checks and send them out or let us correct the problem. That's it.
That's it. But yeah, you got this bitch Elizabeth Warren talking about, what about for Native Americans? What about for gays? And then this bitch turned right around and passed reparations for gays and shit.
Yeah, remember she said, well, what about the poor whites of Appalachia? Well, that's your problem. Aren't you white? Well, those people are your problem. That has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with our reparations.
And then a brother was putting putting a microphone in her face, and then this bitch go talk about a check for what?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Mm-hmm. A check for what, bitch? Really?
And I don't even think it was a month later. She was the one that led the pack on LGBTQ getting reparations.
Yeah. I mean, gay reparations. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, KD, no defense, y'all, but I think this year was way more interesting than 2019.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Way more interesting than 2019. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big time interesting.
And, and if they did reparations, y'all think about this. Part of that money is ours. It's taxpayer money that we paid into this system. So we'd be paying ourselves with some of that money as well.
Lisa, we pay for everybody else reparations with our tax money, but yet we can't get a fucking dime from it.
Yeah. And apparently giving Israel $19 million a day.
I'm like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to talk about this anti-Semitic bullshit.
Yeah.
When that's really our word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really think that's the most embarrassing thing of all. See, they turn around, take our shit, and they get paid for it.
Yeah. Well, look at what Bernie Sanders was saying. Somebody like him gets reparations, right? Oh, well, what about reparations for black? No, I'm against it.
No, I think that's a divisive bill. Yeah, I don't understand. That should be a divisive bill.
Yeah, and he's sitting up there getting reparations and denying us. Oh, it's not feasible. What do you mean it ain't feasible? It's too divisive. Well, shit, when has America been united? You don't even live up to your name. When has this country ever been united? You've always been divisive from day one.
Oh, they've been united, all right. United against us.
Yeah, well, that's about it. You know? Yeah, I mean,
that's the only time I only feel they united only against us. Look at
yeah.
the damn police. Look at the damn politicians passing laws against us and shit.
But the only thing we need to do is sit this one out, election day. That's the only thing.
That's exactly what my Negro ass is about to do.
We need to
have my popcorn and enjoy the show.
Yeah. I mean, that's really all we got left to do is just sit this one out. If we're not going to get anything, there's, they don't have any plans for the Black community, nothing. There's no need in wasting your time, even with a mail-in ballot.
Well, they can have all the mail-in ballots they want, because I'm not sending a damn one in. I say, y'all want to be so brave and rebuild this motherfucker? Do it by your damn self. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you like Negroes tell everybody else, hold your own damn nuts.
Y'all
gotta do it this time.
Yeah, the only one I hear cheerleading the hardest, like I said, is Roland Martin.
Yeah, but we all know about him. Of course, he wants a position in the damn one of these cabinets so damn bad. Yeah. He's willing to even get on his knees for that. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't hear too many other people. I'm talking about the new Black media. He's not new Black media.
He's throwaway.
Yeah, that's right. Boulder Rockets, Boulay. Yeah, if Jim Crow Joe get it and he drops dead because he don't look like he's in very good shape. President Kamala. Oh man, that ain't gonna go over well.
And just imagine the media. If Trump ends up losing to that bastard, I say it's gonna be woo.
Yeah, but you know what? He's trying to hit Trump where he's weak. I noticed he's been riding the COVID tail. Oh, I would lock down the whole country. I would do this, and I say yeah. So he's trying to milk that dry. That's what Joe Biden is doing.
He ain't got shit else, so that's all he can do.
Yeah,
he can't run on his record.
No, his crime record against the Black community is horrible. And so is Kamala's. So you got two Democratic candidates with terrible track records. All they want to do is throw us in jail over a bunch of nothing. Now, I'm not saying our people don't commit crimes, but you got to admit they got us in there for a lot of real petty ass crimes that nobody should be sitting in jail over.
But then on top of that, they make up all these laws saying that what we can and can't do, and yet we get arrested for damn near nothing. We just get arrested for our melanin.
Yeah.
They make it up all these laws right along the way so damn much. I don't even know what's the law anymore.
Yeah, I know. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, look, it's going to be a lot of people mailing in those ballots because they're going to be too scared to go to a polling place. Now, here in New Jersey, they're going to give you the option of going in person and voting or mailing in your ballot. So you got an option here. And I'm sure, to be honest with you, I would not be surprised if it's like that in most states.
Yeah, I think it's going to be shifting to mail in because of that.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to think about the damn postal workers touching that mail if they don't have gloves on.
Yeah. Well,
it's like not too many people thinking about that either, Lisa.
Yeah. I mean, if they were smart, they would let people vote a month early. Seriously, they should. They really should let people start getting those ballots and mailing them in October.
Not to give them any ideas or whatever, but I think that they ought to get them in before this double whammy comes. Because once this double whammy comes, I don't think too many people will come outside, at least.
Yeah, did you see all that shit with Trump removing mailboxes?
Yeah, I saw that bullshit.
Yeah, and he won't fund the post office. I said, yeah, he don't want that mail-in ballot. What he's doing, he's trying to force people to the polls. I know what he's doing. It ain't going to work, though.
I know the real reason he's doing that because he got pandemonium around his damn neck. He's really scared to lose to this bastard. I think that's the real reason he's doing all that shit about the mail-in ballot and all that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, see, if he don't win, he's going to try to say the mail-in votes were invalid to try to keep himself in office. Because remember, not even a week ago, he was talking about, I could do a third term. Who the hell wants Trump in a third term for real?
I'm like, motherfucker, they don't even want your ass in on the second.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll probably end up with him. Kamala and Joe Biden. Boy.
I'm gonna say differently. I say it's gonna be a slight default. Not that I care, but I think it's gonna be a slight default the other way.
Yeah, it could be. This never happened in the country before. It'll be, I'm not voting, but it still will be interesting to watch.
That's why I got my popcorn out. I mean, to have the look on his face after they read the result. That's all I care about seeing. I want to see that look on his face saying that he lost to a dementia motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
I want to see his face after he lose to a motherfucker with dementia. Can't even talk, can't even walk, and then have a heartbeat in the day.
Yeah, and you notice when they ask him a question midway through, he always forget what he was saying.
Yeah, yeah. I said, I want to see Trump face on that. Mm-hmm. Just that alone got me excited.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be interesting because, like I said, we never seen anything like this before in the country where, you have a pandemic and election time is coming up and people are going to be mailing in ballots. It's going to take them a long time to count all those ballots.
And that's another thing. And I think that's another reason he try to, hold it up, because the longer it takes, the longer he feels he could be president. I think that's another reason he try to hold it up too. Mm-hmm. He's really stalling, just like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they said a lot of people are fuming mad that those mail boxes got removed because some people said, they had them close to their houses and everything. It is gone.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And
that tells him right there. Go ahead.
As far as the stimulus check, shit, you may not see that until the very end of September, beginning of October now.
I'm gonna take a step even further than that. It probably might be around close to next year.
Mm-hmm. These people cannot get it together. They can't. And, they're not coming back from recess until September 14th.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Then they go, stalemate that, and then turn around in the next recess and stalemate that. There ain't no fucking deal coming.
Well, Mitch, he want everybody to settle for $200 for unemployment benefits. The additional benefits. I was like, what kind of country does he think we live in? What do he think we live in, Vietnam or something, where the cost of living is super cheap? We don't live like that.
Just to give you an update, he's actually losing his re-election rate.
Oh, Mitch
he's
McConnell?
Actually losing by 2 points. Yes.
The good. He's long overdue to get out. That man is terrible. I hope he do lose. Now that would be something. That man would break down and cry at this point. He'd been in there for so long. And
you wonder why I'm gonna have my popcorn out to see that motherfucker's face after he loses.
If Mitch McConnell lose, we gonna come on this live stream and have our own party.
Like they are literally legitimately pissed at him. I'm like, Lisa, in Kentucky, they foaming at the mouth to vote his ass out.
Good.
They really
get him out too. I do. I hope they get rid of him. I'm so sick of looking at his turtle face. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
He can go on and spend the rest of his life going to the lice clinics of America. Where he belongs. Yeah.
I remember this the other I said, this motherfucker got a turtle face. He got.
Mm-hmm. And you know what the funny part is? If you go look up how he appeared when he was younger, he still didn't look good. He never looked. He's one of them people that never look good.
Yeah, I think that's majority the enemy, Lisa. I think that's majority of them. Cause I had to look at Sarah Sanders when she was next to her daddy. I'm like, this bitch never aged well either.
I'm telling you. Well, it'll be good if he lose. This woman that's running against him, I think she ran against him the last time, but she lost.
Hey, but you know what, Lisa? Things are different now, and you got a lot of people pissed at his district.
Yeah, because a lot of folks are pissed that they let the unemployment benefit. That's the biggest thing people are pissed at. He let those unemployment extra benefits people were getting expire, and folks
you think
human over that.
And you think those same people are gonna turn in and vote for him after they pockets got lighter? I don't think so.
In Kentucky, where he's the senator, it's some of the poorest counties in the country. You know, I mean,
yeah, I remember Terrell doing a video on one of them towns. It was like, damn, it's poorer than where I'm at.
Yeah, and even Taryn Rain also did one, I think, on Owsley County. That's there in Kentucky. Yeah, I mean, so Mitch is sitting up there living high on the hog, and his people are dirt poor up in those counties.
Yeah,
you know.
But I really, yeah, that's sad to say. But even though I don't feel sorry for them, but then again, this time around, I think it's gonna be a different story.
Well, I look at it this way: if Mitch get voted out, we should give him that $200 a week that he's been talking about. Give him that $200 a week to live on.
And fake money.
Mm-hmm. Give him that $200 he want everybody else to live on.
Yeah, just send it to him in the mail and make sure it's a fake $100 bill. Just send him fake $100 bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have a $100 bill on one side and then white paper on the other.
Yeah. Well, I read, y'all, that Kentucky takes more from the government, takes more money from the government than what they put in.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Thank you, Cinnamon Star, for the super sticker. Thank you.
You know what, Lisa? I remember reading that one time.
Yeah.
I remember reading that one time.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and conclude
this was a hell of a one, Lisa. Man, love to do this again.
Yeah. All of you that are in the southern part around the Gulf, please be careful. I know you're going to do the best that you can, but I'll be praying for all of my subscribers that are in those areas that's about to get hit. And all I can say is stay safe. And for everybody else, I pray for all of you too. I just hope that, this is going to be devastating. This country poured a lot of money into just COVID alone. Now you're going to have disasters on top of that. Yeah.
If I was some of those people and if I had any resources left, I think this is the best time to flee.
Yeah, well, it's already Sunday, KD. I don't know if they can at this point. The Hurricane Marcos is hitting Monday.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It is.
Yeah. So it's going to be hitting. So it's not a lot of time for people to flee, but everybody just do the best that you can and please stay safe. I really, truly do mean that. All right, family. Shalom.
All right. Shalom, Lisa.
Oh, yeah. California, too. I definitely pray for California with all the fires and evacuation.
Well, yeah. Special prayer for Terrell in her area. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she might not be in that particular area, but she's surrounded by that area.
Yeah.
Prayers up for her, too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, people. Shalom.
All right. Shalom.